Welcome home, family and fellow citizens of the African Order. I'm here with another video, and the topic of this discussion is crystal clear. Crystal clear is a metaphor for its time. It's a metaphor for at this moment. It's a metaphor for now I know what to do. When you be frustrated for so long and you're waiting for change or you're waiting for conditions to change, and it becomes abundantly obvious that if you don't do anything, things are going to stay the same. That is that crystal clear moment. It also brings me to the movie A Few Good Men with Tom Cruise and Jack Nicholson, where Tom Cruise was questioning whether or not a soldier can choose to follow orders or not. And the general stated to him, if a soldier take it upon himself when or when not to follow orders, people die. He said, do you understand that? And he said, yes, I do. He said, yes. Tom Cruise said, yes, I do. Yes, I do. He said, are we clear? Tom Cruise said, yeah. Are we clear? Tom Cruise said, crystal clear. It was at that moment in that scene that Tom Cruise knew he had this guy. And it is that moment that we, as Black people, allow to pass by over and over again and don't see the clarity of making the right decision. Because see, a moment that's come clear after months, weeks, years of frustration, that moment just don't pop in your head. It's a moment you thought of the first time you were disrespected, the first time a problem arose, but you put it off. And you kept putting it off until you say, you know what, nah, it's clear. I got to do something. You know, here we are 50, 60 years into the civil rights movement. And we have let so many crystal clear moments pass by. We have not assumed ownership and control over any aspect of our life. Any of them. None of them. There is one business or industry that Blacks have that we have put out the message that you no longer have to go to anybody else for this particular service or essential need. We're going to assume full responsibility of this. Not one. There isn't a person on the planet, there isn't a people on the planet that will want to trade places with Blacks and have no ownership and control over any aspect of our life. That's flat out common sense. You know, you look at Dave Chappelle. It was rumors they was going to cancel his show. And right before I did this video, I seen that Netflix said that they was not going to cancel his show. But the thing is this. Why is an industry capable of threatening to remove somebody's employment for speaking the truth? Dave Chappelle told no lie. And because he offended a particular group, his livelihood is being threatened. Just because Netflix didn't take his show away does not mean we take Netflix off the hook. We have to let Netflix know you don't never threaten to take nothing from us. And the only reason why they are doing it is because we don't have an alternative. We don't have a place we can go where we can voice our opinion without fear of being removed, without fear of being banned. Here you have millionaire spokes, TV shows, spoke models, whatever. They holding their tongue They scared to speak because if they say something, they know they can get banned. At what point do we keep letting these crystal clear moments go by and don't act? We got enough resources, people, economics to create our own alternative to whatever it is we need in life. Why aren't we taking advantage of this? Until we do that, we'll never be able to present the leverage to keep them from scaring us into submission. Because it's a frightening matter when you think about it. You say anything to just in jest, and if it offend the wrong person, your money is gone. Your ability to pay for your home is jeopardized. Your ability to pay for to support your family is jeopardized. And then you got to scurry around to somebody else to try to replace that income. Where there are millions of black people buying the goods and services that at the place you worked at. Why aren't we coming together and assuming ownership and control over these institutions? You know, if we don't support our values, we'll be forced to support the values of our oppressor. Because we all know white is the opposite of truth. White is the opposite of honor. You present honor and truth to these individuals, they'll reject it. They'll deny it. And if you insist upon it, they'll fire you. Truth and honor means nothing if your employer doesn't honor them. And I've seen this over and over again. Let your son get hurt and you got to go to the hospital to check on him. They'll ask you when you're coming back. But let Fluffy get hurt. They'll take 2 weeks off for their dog. But your child is hurt. They expect you back by lunchtime. This can't be allowed to continue. It should be clear that it's a privilege to serve the people. When you are elected to a position to govern over a people, that's an honor. And when you look at how these people are presiding over our economics, our politics, our judicial, they all failing. There isn't one institution that you can bank on to support you or allow you to participate throughout your whole life. Well, except prison. Because once they lock you up in there, they plan to keep you in there for the rest of your life. How are we allowing these people to preside over all these institutions? And when you look at the record of each institution, none of them pass. That's because we have failed leadership. Nobody is questioning nothing that Wadi do. They're only trying to justify us being in this situation. You know, like I said, when you have a crystal clear moment, it's not a moment that just popped in your head out the blue. This crystal clear moment has been in your thoughts and mind ever since the first time something negatively impacted your life, the first time somebody disrespected you. That moment, that crystal clear moment popped in your head right there, but you didn't act on it. Only when you get frustrated enough will you act on that crystal clear moment. And after 400-500 years of living up under this white oppressive system, I can't even begin to count how many crystal clear moments we have let pass by. looking like fools, waiting on these people to change when it's crystal clear that they're not. Any other race wouldn't struggle living under the system that blacks live up under. With, who going to get what? He got more. He going to get more than I do. What if this person get this? And what if nobody else? They're just going to build their own. And every time we struggle, the longer we struggle with this, the longer and more difficult it's going to be for us to get out of this situation. Like I said, no other race of people will sit up here and let greed and doubt and envy keep them in this mindset, keep them in these social conditions. No other race but you Negroes. Let me say this before I get out of here. If we don't get on the other side of our doubt, if we don't get on the other side of our suspicion, it'll be crystal clear when our values will matter and when our opinions will matter. The opinions and values of the oppressor and the oppressed never equal. They will never be on the same level of us to the point of comfort where we could say, now that they understand, they'll never go back. Because as soon as your values, your opinions, your rights, your privileges interfere with their income, they're going to snatch it away from you. And that should be crystal clear right now. I'm going to end this video here. And if you like this message, please share it. And if you like this content, consider subscribing to this channel. And with this video, as with all my videos, it is for the complete liberation of my people. And I'll see you in my next message. Ashe.